Austere perseverance, harsh and continuous, may be employed by the smallest of us and rarely fails of its purpose, for its silent power grows irresistibly greater with time. Goethe.
Alright, leave. Down goes Fraser! There he goes. Down goes Fraser!
Okay, he's getting frustrated.
Down goes Fraser!
He's that rear brake. He's got that rear brake just locked up. What's up? God damn it.
Down goes Fraser! Down goes Fraser! Down goes Fraser! Down goes Fraser! Down goes Fraser!
Turn it!
Down goes Fraser! 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 Down
Pull the clutch in, I watched him.
It's practice session 73 today. It's a beautiful day out, Wednesday morning. So far, we've got myself, Mike, and Jeff. And Jeff is telling us about his practicing over at the mall that he's been doing. And he's actually learned how to pick up his bike, so he's happy about that. And I'm sure Rich is going to show up, and maybe Will. But we're going to get started. And today we are going to be working on, just the basics. Hopefully you're out there practicing too. I love hearing in the comments that you guys are watching and that you're getting something from these videos, and also that you're doing the drills. Maybe not all 9 every single time like we do, but that you're out there practicing your smooth stops and your smooth starts and your left and right turns straight up, your U-turns, and working into things and feeling good in that friction zone. So that's the point, is getting comfortable with your bike, fearing it less so you can enjoy the experience of motorcycling more and having a blast. So we're gonna get started.
So just some context for today's practice session video. As you saw in the introduction, we witnessed our good friend Jeff drop his motorcycle 14 times. I mean, what an incredible example of a fierce commitment to improving your slow speed motorcycle skills. Then every time he would drop it, he would get right back in and recommit himself to figuring it out. He did make some progress, but at about number 10 or 11, he had said, you know what, I'm gonna name this motorcycle Fraser, because down goes Fraser. And that was a fight between George Foreman and Joe Frazier back in the 70s, and Howard Cosell famously screamed, down goes Fraser. So that's the reason behind the down goes Fraser clips throughout this entire video. And also during the drops, Rich came up and said, doesn't this remind you of that scene from the movie Never Give Up, Never Surrender? And I immediately recognized that as a line from the movie Galaxy Quest. So that was the reference to Never Give Up, Never Surrender. And I mean to tell you, what a thrill to watch Jeff get through the frustration and stay with it. And even since this video, he is markedly improved. So enjoy the calamity that is occasionally our practice session today, and enjoy the improvement that Jeff's making.
Yeah.
Smooth stop. Nice and easy, you're not hearing your major work, you're not having the bike fight against each other, but look at how smooth the takeoff and the stop is. His foot's not hopping, stops, gets his foot down, overshot that cone a little bit, but that's okay if the front wheels turns. They're still working that clutch. Gets that foot out there. It's okay to go heel toe on the foot with your foot down. Jeff's really got the RPMs nice here. Jeff's doing a lot of practicing, and you can see it. Jeff has a date certain, which is March 1st with Robert at Space Coast. He's looking to show off his newly developed skills. Right at the cone. Nice job. Nice and smooth, straight up. Light rear brake pressure. A little bit farther than I should have. There, just small inputs. As soon as you feel the bike moving, you pull your foot up. You're not walking it or hopping it. That was a little much. That was a little trust and believe-ish. A nice smooth stop. That one felt a little wobbly.
Those circumstances, that's a problem. You need to work on it, right? Straight up and down. That's what we're going to do. The rules don't change.
Exercise 2. Smooth ride or slow ride, right? Slow ride, no rear brake. Here we go. Little downhill here. I'm just coasting. I'm not even in the friction.
Now she's working on the uphill.
Didn't even really even need it here. Smooth stop.
Yep, so even on the downhill you can see Rich is pulling that clutch in a little more. Look how slow he's going. It's really, really good. Super slow. Wow, look at that. He's brushed it up against the trust and believe he's going so slow. But what's required here is his clutch is just below the friction point. Really nice. So when the bike is getting ready to need to be corrected, he lets that clutch out a little bit. So you can see that clutch hand. See how he's tweaking that? So he's going a little too fast. He wants to pull that in a little bit. Yeah. So that's
Smooth stop. There you go.
smooth stop. I got going too fast too.
Yeah, that hill is like,
There we go.
you just go down the hill. Smooth stop.
All right.
Exercise 3, trust and believe. First gear, cover the rear brake, bring the throttle up. Find that friction point. I'm just
What up?
rolling.
Yeah, you're rolling.
It's the bike, it's just rolling down this hill.
Foot up. Okay, nice. That was good. Smooth stop. Good. Covering that rear brake. Yeah, just like that. That's the way to do it. Oh, that's a really good one. That's a really good one. So Jeff practices a lot, but this is one that he wouldn't practice by himself. What up? Okay. Could have waited a second or two longer. I go again. What up? he's rolling. He's rolling. Yeah. Just a little. It's good, but as you develop, just a little bit longer, then you put your foot up. Like so now, right about the time you're putting your foot up, you're letting the clutch out. Yeah, and that's okay. But as you do it more, you'll get a little more comfortable waiting just a half a second or a quarter second. You know what I mean? Because that's really the drill. Is when you start to feel falling, you let that clutch out so it takes off. All right, try it again. I'll wait for the nod. What up? There you go. There you go.
Oh, you had it. That was
Oh,
it.
he had it. He let the clutch out, then he pulled it in.
It.
That was so great. That was really great. Yep, yep. What up? Go, go, go. Yes, yes,
Stop,
yes,
stop,
yes.
stop. There you go. Yeah.
Really great. Those last two were really good. First steer, toe the rear brake. Eyes up, RPM's up.
What up? Smooth stop. There you go. This exercise is still done at 1 to 2 miles an hour, just like the slow ride. It's also done straight up. So we're not leaning in this exercise at all. The reason that we want to be able to do a right or a left turn straight up on our bike at slow speeds is because sometimes we're on gravel or we're on dirt or we're on something unsteady for our motorcycle, and we don't want that front wheel to slip out. So any kind of lean on a turn is gonna dump you over if you're on an unstable foundation.
So I thought I would share in this practice session a little bit of a story that happened to Lori and I this summer. We were on our second 6-week, 11,000 mile trip of the summer, and we were in Virginia doing some day rides. We were staying there two or three nights, and we had to select some day rides. So I mapped them out as best I could, roads that looked cool, try to research as best we could, and came up with some really great day ride loop. And this was small miles, a couple hundred miles, and it looked really great, cutting in through the mountains, beautiful, beautiful scenery. And then we got to a point where the road turned to dirt. And it narrowed and it narrowed, and then we got to the dirt section, and there we sat. It's no delineation on Google Maps about that, so it doesn't show you when the dirt would go back to pavement. Can't see really past the sight line as it heads up into a mountain. So we thought we would give it a try, because we would have had to backtrack all the way around the base of this mountain. It could have been 100 yards, or it could have been 8.5 miles, and it was 8.5 miles. So here we are on a low shoulder, rounded shoulder. It doesn't really look as loose as it really was. A lot of chatter bumps, a lot of loose, and a lot of these turns. Now these turns are not extreme, but we have elevation changes, all on pea gravel, chatter bump dirt. And it was a little bit of a challenge. But thanks to all of the practice that we'd always done, and we have this thing with Robert always in our minds, and also in our helmet communications, our cardos, the rules don't change. The rules don't change. Sufficient power to the back wheel. Keep the bike straight up and down. So we employed those rules and made it successfully through this 8.5 miles of dirt. There was like a log truck stopped in the road as we went down a hill. That was a little dicey, but we made it because we had practiced these exercises. And in the end, we stayed with it, and what a great feeling when we finished this thing and we got back into the pavement. It was quite a sense of accomplishment. So great opportunity to demonstrate the value of these practices. Right. They're probably 6 inches inside of where we normally have them.
Yeah. All right, this one's going to be no break. Already feel like a pass.
Oh, barely. Yeah. You'd have made it if they were in their normal spot.
Yeah.
So the key with the no brake is the slow approach. something about it, man. I'm so dependent on my rear brake on that. I gotta try that again. Because you could make it easily if you leaned, but that's
Right.
not the exercise.
Right.
You lean.
Whoops. There he goes.
Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier!
We're just going brakeless.
Is he? Nice.
Yep. Got it.
I didn't tell Rich either. I moved him in. Yeah, looks good. A little lean. Looks good.
Yeah. Hard to not lean
All right, now braking.
on the no brake one.
Not too early. Oh, I didn't hit it. Thought I was gonna hit it. Shouldn't be worrying about hitting the cone, but I just don't want to be an inconvenience to the guy behind me in here. But shouldn't be really worried
That
about it.
was
See
better.
that was great. Then he got to that point and he just let the clutch out.
Okay, I'm doing cross the center line again.
Yep. Yeah, looks good. Oops.
Did I hit
Yep.
it?
Come on, Jeff.
Clutch. He straightens the wheel too. He's
Yeah.
gonna leave the wheel turn
Yeah,
and
yeah.
clutch out. Like he doesn't need to straighten the wheel to clutch.
Yep. That's a common thing is a hesitancy to turn the handlebars.
One more try here.
Yeah, clear. Looks good. Try it again. Tiny little bit of lean I didn't like, but I think that's pretty good. All right, so there he leaned, there he turned it.
Got
See
it?
how the handlebars turn?
Yep. Just figuring it out.
Yep. I'm just gonna do a brakeless. You don't need to record it. You don't need to wait for me. I just feel like my brakeless is weak.
All right, I'll wait.
Turn it, turn it, turn it. There.
Turn
All right,
it.
all right.
Got
That's
it.
good. It's as soon as you hit the apex, for me anyway.
You don't want to lean the bike at all because we're imagining that we're on dirt or an unstable surface and we can't lean it. Now I've leaned my bike on unstable surfaces and dumped it, and I'm sure you have too. So that's what this exercise is going to help you with. It's also going to help you with one of the most common occurrences of an accident, which is turning wide on the right-hand turn. So you take a right-hand turn at an intersection and you go wide on it. What happens is you're in the lane of the oncoming traffic when you do that. And that's where a lot of times you're not looking, first where you go. So there could be a car approaching as you're making that turn. And by the time you look, you're right in front of that car. And that's one of those situations where, wouldn't it be great if I had some options, right? Wouldn't it be great if I could do a right-hand turn, 90 degrees, straight up, looking where I'm going first, and not go into an oncoming car?
You want to follow me? So nice, Rich. Straight up. Look at that. So nice little drag on the rear brake.
Almost went over the handlebars.
Sometimes it just feels good. That one felt better.
That's it. Okay, now I'm going to do the
That's going to be more like the lock and lean, where you got to wheel up to it and hard brake and then turn.
Yeah.
So I'm on the inside. I'm 2 for 2. Clutch out. Nice. He really looked like he had the handlebars turned a lot that time,
Yeah.
maybe even full lock.
Okay, inside cone again. Gotta make this one.
Oh, there you go. You did a little. Oh no! Oh, buddy, that's great. Really good.
I'm still on the inside cone.
Yeah. All good.
There you go.
You make it?
He did, yeah.
Nice. All right, Lori's on the inside cone again, and she kills it
Hits
again.
it.
Nice, Rich.
Ah,
All right, so I'm going to try brakeless. Not try, I'm going to do brakeless. So nice and slow. Ah. Too wide.
I'm gonna get this inside cone if it kills me.
Nice job.
There you go.
All right, you cleared it. Cleared it.
Yeah, I'm wide though.
Yeah, you're wide. Just, I narrowed the lane, so.
I mean, I could do it if I'm wide. I just I want to be able to do it without.
Got it.
Eyes on the camera. There you go.
Nice job,
Good
Jeff.
one. All right, cross the center line now.
Oh, looks good. Beautiful. Nice one. Brakeless. Whoops. That was, I made the brakeless, but I was coasting. I don't, not ideal. It was straight up, but I just didn't need the, I guess I approached it too quickly because I didn't need the clutch to pull me through.
There you go. Good job. All right, so this one will be brakeless. Little lean, little wide. I don't know.
Oh, Rich is brakeless. Nice. Oh. Nice and slow. Nice and slow. Pull you through. That clutch to pull you through. interesting ones are those that you got to correct when you're in the middle of it. To me, that's the best.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna.
Start wide and stay wide. Start wide and stay wide. So you're rocking the bike underneath you. You got your head and eyes straight, head forward, and you're really transitioning the handlebars, and you're going right, left, right, left, right. You're turning the handlebars, and you're leaning the bike a little bit. So as you get better at that, you can start introducing more clutch control, which would mean that you're not going to use your rear brake. So you don't use your rear brake, it'll make you go faster, right? So that forces you to keep your clutch control under control.
What's cool about the single Serpentine is up until this point, everything is straight up and down. So your focus is to keep that motorcycle completely vertical. And exercise 5, it's the beginning of trying to move those handlebars along with some leaning of the bike. And what's cool about this particular group of participants is you have really all manner of ability as demonstrated through the cones here. We have Jeff, who's still new, who works about every other cone, really not comfortable leaning his motorcycle. As we'll see here in a minute, he's real comfortable dropping it, but not really comfortable with the lean. You can see he's really basically straight up and down. It's the turning of the handlebars for Jeff that's a real challenge. Now look at Rich. Rich is turning them, and he's whipping that bike. Lori is atop of the pack. Look how wide she is. As we said in the intro, start wide, stay wide. And I am somewhere in the middle, I would think. Fred and I are a little bit, always feel like we're a little bit lumbering here, although I am improving with every practice session. But here's Jeff, right? Here's his handlebars aren't really moving. You can see they're turning a little bit. He's really steering through the cones. He's not leaning the bike. See, Rich is getting it down. He's getting it down. Transition. Lori's just out of control. She's big, wide, really whipping that thing around. Fred's coming around okay this time, right? So it's a little bit of we work on some brakeless here as well. It's certainly hard to tell from the front if anyone's using their brakes or not, but you can see that this is really a great exercise to kind of transition from straight up and down to U-turns, which is next. Exercise 5 is single Serpentine. Exercise 6 is U-turn. So this just gets us ready for U-turns. We're getting used to the movement of the motorcycle. Transition left, transition right. We're straight. Our head and eyes are always straight. We're not looking at the cones. We're looking at the camera or straight ahead. Eyes on the horizon, so to speak. And we're letting that bike move underneath us. See, we're just riding it straight. He'll get it. He's just got it. Really, there's something too. Just you're kind of shifting your body. It's kind of fun. It's kind of dynamic. You're moving the bike, man. You're getting used to the bike moving from side to side underneath you as you're basically staying straight up and down, or that's the idea. The body stays, shoulders are level, head and eyes, as I said, straight ahead, and we're pushing those handlebars around, bringing that bike around. Getting used to that dip of that nose as it's going around these cones, or we're going through the spaces in between the cones, and working with that clutch friction point to pull us through. It's the power of the motorcycle is pulling us through. We're not coasting. So you can see powers on, right? So it's not like give it gas and then coast through a few and then give it some more gas. So I'd love to hear in the comments how you do something similar to this. Do you do single Serpentine? Do you do these 9 exercises? If not, what do you do to practice obstacle avoidance? Would love to hear what each of you are doing to improve your slow speed skills. I think I'm brakeless here, so I'm going wider, trying to make it through. A little skittish on these cones. If you haven't seen the video demonstrating why I'm skittish, that's our video number 64. And the only reason that happened for newer people afraid of dropping their motorcycle is we did a keyhole. We did a routine that we don't usually do, and we're using these cones that don't have rubber bottoms. So there's a whole video on what not to do there. Sometimes the best way to learn what to do is what not to do, right? All right, exercise 5, really good exercise. Hope you're practicing it on your own.
I love U-turns. I think it's so fun to have an opportunity on the road when we're on a trip to do a U-turn. We would come up and the GPS would take us down this road, and then all of a sudden it would turn to gravel. And so we're not going to ride our bikes for miles on end in the gravel. So we would have to do a U-turn. And there's lots of different times you have to do a U-turn. The roads could be narrow, or they could be like, you know, a divided 2-lane road where there's plenty of room. So the typical road that you want to turn on is about 24 feet. It's like if you can take your bike and you can turn it around inside of 24 feet, you can probably pretty much handle any road that you're going to come across. Our road on our street is exactly 18 feet wide, which is where these green markers are. So end to end with our red markers here is 27 feet. So if you can do a U-turn inside of these markers, you can pretty much do a solid U-turn anywhere you go on a bike, which is a good skill to have. So I encourage you practice it. Now you can see it's about 1, 2, 3 parking spaces. So if you don't have cones, you can still do U-turn practices just by going in the parking lot.
Okay, exercise 6. This is the U-turns, obviously. Lori explained it very well in the introduction. This is the exercise where the wheels really fell off the bus for our friend Jeff on the left U-turns. Lefts are weaker for him than rights. Rights are weaker for me than lefts. Everyone's got their favorite side. But we get here and the kind of the calamity begins. This is where he was just turning around, getting into line, and he had pulled the clutch and dropped it. The theme throughout the day, and Jeff's aware of it. We love Jeff, and he's such a great spirit about it. So it's not anything about picking on Jeff. I think if anything, it's showcasing his commitment, real commitment to improving. Who would do that? Who would do that? And this guy strapped his bike, I don't even know, 40 times, like so many times. And he picks it up, and he's got the motorcycle drop guards on it. 0 damage to the bike.
Down goes Fraser! Down goes Fraser!
Never give up, never surrender.
And he takes the coaching, and we tell him, what we think we saw, and off he goes, man.
Yeah, he's got the yips, as they say.
There is a mental block on a left turn. We're going to get it. He's going to get it. Working on the 18s, head and eyes, then handlebars. It's always the same. We're taking what we learn in up to through exercise 5. We're getting that lean down a little bit. It's not a major lean. It's not a crazy lean. Rich usually struggles with the lefts and getting that lean. See, he's straight up and down. So he's just doing an extended left turn, which is fine. Listen, he still gets a 24-foot U-turn or thereabouts. He can still do it on a country road. But we're looking to lean that just a little bit. Practicing our skills.
Shake it
That's
off,
it.
Jeff. Here we go. Gotta do a U-turn.
See Lori with the head and eyes. Watch how that happens. In a way that's better than I do it. Rich too. He's got to get better at head and eyes, and I do as well. What's the correlate? Rich and I have both been riding for a gazillion years. Lori's been riding for about a year and a half. So she never knew any other way.
There you go. Turn it, turn it, turn it. Turn it, turn it.
So it's just working on head. Look at that. He's standing on that rear brake. The bike won't move if you step on that rear brake hard enough, and that's what he's doing. So it's really subconscious, his depression of that rear brake. So we're going to break his foot or just take the lever right off the bike. I don't know what we're going to do with that, but electroshock treatment, something like that. I'll put a shock collar on him maybe. Yeah, it's just bringing it around. As Robert says, we got to commit to the lean. Commit right away. Commit to the handlebars and the lean.
What's up? He's that rear brake. He's got that rear brake just locked up.
Down goes Fraser.
Never give up, never surrender. Did you see what happened? I know you're in the middle of it, so it's hard to see. That rear brake. That rear brake was killing you.
That's something that Jeff really doesn't have control over, is that rear brake. You could see where he just stopped himself. He absolutely stopped himself, and then there's no momentum and any lean at all. When you stop the bike falls down. So let's see what the head and eyes do. Nothing. Get him around there. As Lori often says, chin to shoulder, just to help with another visual representation of getting the head and eyes around. Get your chin to that shoulder. Here comes Jeff. He just cannot get off that brake.
Look up, look up.
Watch out. God damn it.
Down goes Fraser. Down goes Fraser.
Well, he's got it all the way over there.
Never give up, never surrender.
Down goes Fraser.
Just got to get his head right into it.
Fraser was knocked down 14 times. Then got up 15 times. So it's head and eyes and getting the handlebars moving quickly. Getting the handlebars turned quickly. I have no idea what happened there. Right, so Jeff started that U-turn really, really slowly, right? If you see his handlebars, they barely turned. So there's no way he's going to make it if he doesn't get those handlebars turned quickly and get that bike moving. So now it's really it always is, but now it's starting to digress into he just becomes so frustrated that even the fundamentals that he once knew are coming apart. Hey man, it's really good practice because we got to keep our heads right when we're on the road on these things, right? We can't afford mental lapses. We can't afford to forget what we learn and what we practice. It has to be beyond conscious thought, right? We're building habits. So really good that he's grinding this out. Rich gets a nice right there. No, who cares? It's 19 foot, something like that. He's doing great. Rich has superior clutch control. Really, really good on the friction point. It's just that committing to the lean got him a little tentative. Same here. Same for me. There it is.
There you go. That looks better.
Just keep coming. Just keep coming. Get off
So
the
there he is at
brake.
the top.
Get
Well,
off
now
the
it's
brake.
usually when he drops it, but at least he gave it the clutch and got out of there. So good job. Handlebars, head and eyes, get him around. Commit. Rich with some speed. It may be the speed that got him a little too far forward that time. Maybe.
Turn it. Turn the wheel. Turn it. Turn it.
See, he's got to go straighter, turn those handlebars, get it around.
Yup,
Go,
yup,
go.
yup,
Clutch
yup,
up, clutch
yup.
up, clutch up. Nice.
Always something to work on. First world problems, as they say.
Okay, same thing. Do the exact same thing.
Good looking U-turn. If you committed to the lean right away, oh, here comes Jeff.
Look at me.
Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier.
Never give up, never surrender. If you YouTube,
Turn the bars.
it's
Look at me.
called-
Turn up. Just turn up.
Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier.
Never give up. Never surrender.
Oh, shut up.
He's just, now he's kind of stuck. Like I put these cones out on to keep him off to the right a little bit so we could see the orange cones off to the right of the lane. I want him to stay outside of those or between those and the outer cones, then cut the wheel, then get the bike moving. Here he just needs a little more speed, right? We need enough speed to maintain a lean. So we're not fast, we're not doing it quickly. So that was not within the 18 feet parameter there.
But now he's thinking about getting back into it. Another guy like broken English.
Right, so we want to have a consistent speed throughout the U-turn. All right, here's Jeff.
Now,
He's just going to get on that brake
Just
again.
turn. Go. Come on.
Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier.
Never give up. Never surrender.
He never gives up, that's for sure.
yeah.
He stayed with it. The only thing he kept expressing was, I don't want to slow you guys down. I need work on being more consistent with my 18-foot right U-turns and the 18-foot circle at the top of the Snowman. There's a deep lean for Lori. Good job. That Road King is so nimble. Really, really nice. So same thing. Way too hard on the brake, but for some reason he's able to bring it around within the 27 feet on the right turns. See, that I needed to get the dip better. That was awful. That was good speed. That looked like it was consistent speed all the way through the U-turn. Really important to just stay consistent. Everything is small moves. Everything is small inputs. Nice. Get the body over, get it turned, get it down. A little better. So he's starting way too early. See how he started that? And that's how you can still make the 27 even though he started so early. He's just got to get it around at the top. So Ritz does a nice job of staying in the line. It brings it around quicker, just needs a little more lean. Takes a little bit of a different dexterity to start these U-turns from stop, especially if we're trying to do a sharp 18-foot U-turn, sharp for us anyway. Some people find it easier. I find it to be a little bit harder because it's important that you get to the exact right friction point right away from a stop. Like you got to get it going just right, not too fast, not too slow. It just takes a little more dexterity, in my opinion. So are you practicing U-turns, and at what level? What are you doing in your neck of the woods as far as improving your U-turn skill? Just doing them as you have to, you duck walking, you're doing the 3-point duck walk turnaround. I've done plenty of those in my 40 years of riding motorcycles. weird angles, funny grades. Sometimes you just gotta work with what you got and get the bike around without incurring undue risk. But that's before I practiced any of this stuff. So I'd be curious to hear how you do it. How do you get good at U-turns? Do you even value being good at U-turns? Some people sort of dismiss it. We feel like it's an absolutely essential skill.
That top cone's moved in a little bit.
Yeah, moved it back.
So really getting lots of reps in here on our U-turns today. We had so many opportunities for Jeff to demonstrate how he's doing with his U-turns. I let this run a little bit longer than usual. So again, Jeff starts that turn just too early, but still is able to make it. You gotta study that game tape there, Jeff. Yeah, but can't be doing that, man. You can't hook it back in. Take that U-turn where it comes out and go straight out, just like that. You wanna go straight out. We work on circles later. We're working on going straight out. So I'm working on getting that thing over. Boy, I just had a hard time with that today. Or on this practice session, getting it within the 18. So too gradual, right? Still makes it. Snap the handlebars, head and eyes, then handlebars, get it around.
Do some left-hand turns. Do a left one.
So I try to get my bum over to the left a little bit, get it down. God dang it. I wonder what was going on there on that day. Usually I'm pretty good. I would say 80% maybe. 75, 80% on my right turns at 18. It's freaking me out.
That's it. Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. Yeah, you did it.
So what are we thinking about? What's going on here?
I'm gonna, I always think I'm gonna do it wide, but then I wanna just do a normal turn for me and stay tight. And it's really keeping the head and eyes, like you keep your chin to your shoulder. It really does make a difference. I lean forward.
Wow, that was super tight.
It brings the bike right around. And it's light on the brake, light on the clutch.
Nice transition. So focus on the transition. So that was a little bit soft. It's there. So you want to hold that line, Jeff, right? You want to stay on that white line. Turn. Yep.
Yeah, and he keeps in all the space.
Nice one. What'd you say, honey?
He's using all the space.
Yep. Sure sounds good. Hopping it a little bit there. Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
he hit that time.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, but when he hits his floorboard, he's an inch away from hitting his engine guards. And if he hits those engine guards too hard, his rear tire's coming off the ground. That is no bueno.
So Jeff, use all the space. All the space.
So Lori's saying use all the space. The thing for Jeff to
Like
remember.
you don't even have to turn the wheel all the way.
So it's just saying you don't need to full lock. But you want to get there, and then you do need to kind of get into the program in terms of turning the handlebars though. Like you want to, not lightning fast, but you want to get that turn started. The sooner you get it started, right, the less space it's going to need to make the turn.
Right. But if you use all your space, you've got plenty of time.
Yeah. So using all the space, just holding a nice turn.
You know, I'm not in a lock. I'm not in a lock at all.
Yeah. It's basically 2 U-turns, but holding it another 25 degrees here.
All right, you're up, Jeff.
So there's a lot of good coaching here, and so I'll try not to talk over that. Some good parts here, but I thought I would discuss a little bit, watching Jeff do this, on what maybe a newer rider can get from this. Of course, Jeff is high in his RPMs, and I think sometimes that we should put him on a bicycle so he can see what the lean needs to be, and he can do these exercises. I know it may sound dumb, but he's just not getting that the motorcycle is meant to be leaned. So he needs to lean, and he needs speed here. He's so involuntarily jamming that rear brake that he's not even able to get any speed, so he can't bring it around, and really doesn't know what the bike feels like when it's in a lean. Although practice session 69 was Jeff did really well in a different location, but at the Indian River Mall. He did really well. He got actually some lean angle going. That's about it in terms of his lean angle. Once he gets that and he understands that just the right amount of clutch, meaning he's still working on, he's got that clutch opening up a little bit too much. He's going to get it. He's going to get that, what that lean feels like, and I think the whole world's going to open up for him when he can figure that out. He's not afraid to drop it. There's just this weird space between upright and on the ground that he just needs to live inside of that. Robert always says we're going to live inside the friction zone. He needs to live inside the lean a little bit in this exercise. So just no lean at all, because he's got no speed at all. He's trying to do lean, no speed. I'm trying to get him up to the corner. So that's a tight turn for him. And he gets it all over the place here.
Turn it.
Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier!
Never give up, never surrender.
Give him some coaching. He had actually digressed right there at that point to, he was just like duck walking it around, so we were getting after him like, hey man, snap out of it. Get back to your fundamentals. You know how to do this. Let's go. Here we go.
Keep going. Don't stop.
See, it's the transition. You can see mentally he's getting his body over a little bit. He's got to get that over a little bit more. I want to cut it.
Hey, good job. You stopped it and put your feet down, right? So that's great. That's a good stop. So practice on your starts. Well, here's my concern, Jeff, is if you stop now, it's just going to lock in, holy shit, I can't do it. You know what I mean? I don't want that to lock in because I know you can do it. I want you to go if you want to go. Yeah.
Yep. Got to keep going.
Nice and easy.
Kind of pushing through that, and I want him to get some
Now
wins
he's
here
throwing that brake
so it
on.
locks in.
Keep going.
It's not leaning it. Yep. It's the same thing. As soon as you get to that point, you want it to stop.
Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier!
Never give up, never surrender.
Never give up. Look at him. Back in. Wheels it around right through the gates.
Keep turning. Keep turning.
speed. You had, I was just saying, now you got good speed. You had the good speed, and then something happened.
Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier!
Never give up. Never surrender.
See where he starts?
Yep. Yeah, it's getting to that point. Jeff's getting real frustrated. We're just trying to keep him, get him a couple of wins here so he can get out of there. Watch out.
Keep going. Just keep going. He pulled the clutch in.
Doing a little dance there.
I watched it.
I saw it too.
He pulled
That
the clutch
time you
in.
did pull the clutch in, Jeff. I saw it. Yep.
Down goes Frazier!
Come on!
Exaggerate what I want Jeff to do. Oh, he's not even looking. All right.
Looking now.
Okay, so I'm gonna reload the line. I'm gonna come behind you here, so just don't move. Okay, I'm gonna follow the line that I want you to take. Like all the way down to the cones, all the way to the cones. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Like really use the space.
You see how fast he's going?
It's right here that you start to panic. It's like this point where you just gotta let it lean. It's easy to watch it, it's harder to do it, I get it. But it's the, right, so it's, yeah. And the brake too, I mean, it's as I'm assessing it, look, when we were at the mall, you could get it leaned and some speed. Leaning, no speed, it doesn't end well, right? So you were getting a little lean, and you do need more speed in this exercise. Not fast, but like Rich goes, right? Because he goes so fast, he's got to get more lean. The more speed, the more lean you need if you're going to make it in a certain dimension, right? That's why he's always dragging his boards and stuff, because he's got good speed. I want more speed usually when I do it, so it's always working on something, but it's just way too slow, and as soon as you're literally, you could do it straight up, right? You could, but that's not the exercise. We want you to lean a little bit. I'm gonna go one more time. Like you could really go slow and still make it. But it's like holding it wide here.
Yeah.
And then the transition. Hold it, transition. Big circles. Transition.
But you see how his shoulders are upright? His shoulders are upright, the bike is leaning. Okay? So you don't want to lean with the bike.
See my shoulders? I'm over exaggerating, right? See how I'm leaning to the right?
See how he's upright? No, you're not. So it makes the bike feel like it's falling and you're falling over with it.
Counter sitting, right?
See where he is?
Exercise 8 offset double serpentine ribbon candy. So I apologize for the camera angle on this particular day. It's a long story I won't bore you with, but suffice it to say, I had practice session 73 done, and I had it solely on an external hard drive, and the external hard drive pooped out, so all gone. So I had to reload it. Lost all of the GoPro 180 footage, which is the camera Lori's holding now. So we can see, though, still, as I zoom in on our stationary camera, what the name of this game is here, and we're looking at a series of S turns. So we're moving from the figure 8 to offset double serpentine. So we're just going out, bringing it back, and making it straight through the gates. Rich does this really well. Rich has good speed. Here's Lori working out a couple of up-level moves here, but on this one, she's just doing it kind of our conventional way, the way that most of us learn to do it. It wasn't until recently that Robert suggested more of an up-level here, which Lori will do, I think, on her next time through. But look at the leaning. It's not extreme. You can see she does a nice, 18-foot U-turn or so. But everything is smooth. Nothing's herky-jerky. We're not really, in these exercises, we're not really testing the motorcycle's grip on the pavement. We're just having nice, smooth, fluid. Look at that, nice turn, nice angle. Looks really good. Fluidity is the key, right? Dexterity. We're learning to maneuver the motorcycles as just an extension of our bodies. So just for fun, just a bit of an up level. It makes a difference. Do you do this one where you are? Love to hear what you do in terms of any cone use. Do you do any kind of offset serpentine, single serpentine, any of that? Excellent exercises for practicing maneuvering your motorcycle. Nice, smooth U-turn, and bringing it back, bringing it around. It's a little bit different, following somebody through, and having someone follow you through. Man, it makes a difference. Not even sure why. It's just all mental. Yep, bringing it around. Still room on the ground. We're not really dragging boards and doing crazy stuff like that. Here's Fred giving it a shot. Always working on bringing it up. Bringing it up, bringing it down. Trying to get smooth. Less brake, less clutch. Being lighter on the inputs and just working with the bike as it moves. For some reason, in the offset double serpentine, I have no problem bringing my head and eyes around to the next cone, to where they're supposed to be. It seems natural to me to do it here. Everybody's got their weird quirks, I guess. But right there, when the head and eyes comes around, I'm looking at the next set. It's easy. It's the U-turns with the head and eyes that defies me.
Less clutch.
So Jeff is just taking gigantic movements here, which is fine, right? We suggested go as big as you need to, but see if you can get this motion down. We can work on tightening it up later. But he's going the next postal code and then bringing it back. All good, man. You know what he is? He's here, and he's working on it. He's practicing. He, unlike most riders who, for whatever reason, don't practice.
Down goes Frazier.
never give up, never surrender.
Okay, so that's it for Jeff. That was number 14. Jeff tapped out on exercise 8. But again, heroic. I mean, unbelievable. And he learned a lot. The one he showed up at after, he got better and he learned from it. So that's really the key, isn't it? So check this out as Lori gets a little low in the top of the Snowman here.
I hope I got that. I hope I got that. That was impressive. That was excellent.
But you didn't hit the cone.
You know what's so great about that is that she's used to doing that and she's getting better at falling. Of course, we're trying to keep our feet on the boards, but what she does have now is the presence of mind to flick off the run switch so it doesn't drag her for 40 feet, exercise 64, Mike. So she's figured that out, and she just kind of rode that to a stop. I thought it was kind of funny because it was like she was riding a little scooter, a little skateboard or something. But she has the motion down, and she's really doing a nice job with it. Great wheel placement. Look at that. Jeez, just right on it. A little bit inside that time, but really nice.
Quite fast. That's a nice maneuver.
Placement, hug 'em, commit. The placement applies to all of them. See that redirect there? That's really nice. That was a nice direction change. Leaves a little bit on the top and still makes it clean.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah, it doesn't really seem like she's got a weak side. Both sides seem to be. Well, she left a lot there, and I think still made it on the top. It's the placement, hug 'em, commit. The placement is recommended that we stay at those cones the entire time in all the circles. So we're using all of the real estate, we're using the whole circle, right? It's the commit part in order to make the 18-foot circle. Like when you get to the top of that circle, call it 12 o'clock, you really got to get the head and eyes to the exit and commit to the lean. You don't commit to the lean, you typically don't make it. Rich is much better these last few practice sessions with his wheel placement. See, now he's off a little bit, right? So it's a circle, right? So if you're off on the first half, you're going to be off by that amount, typically on the second half. It's tough, man, because you don't have a direct line of sight from your front tire to where the cones are. It's kind of an experiment. You got to just kind of know what it feels like when you're in the place you need to be in order to bring that thing around for the 18. So he's early there. So it's kind of an ellipse shape he's making. Here's Fred. It's funny, you get on this, like you don't do it for a minute, and it just takes a little bit, a few circles to get that feeling back. At least it does for me. My lefts are usually pretty good. They usually go pretty well, but
I hit that one. That funny.
Yeah.
It's the rights. So I always start with the lefts. I don't know, maybe I should start with the rights, but I start with the lefts because I want to get a win, right? I want to get that confidence and get that going. All right, I can do it. And then I do a little direction change here and move to bring it around. Now the big leagues, they do the direction change in the 18. So I'm working on that. I think Lori did that recently. But see, way too early. Damn it! It sickens me how I make the same mistake every time.
I was on my boards on the red.
Just got to get it over. Now I didn't commit. I don't know, maybe I made that one, but I typically will hit that last cone. First world problems, not terrible. I just want to, I want to get it consistently, right? Too early on the about the 10 o'clock. And when I got to the top, I just got to whip it around. If I'm being honest, I'm hesitant to whip it around because when I whip it around, I whip it around too far. Just got to stay in the throttle. There you go. That's looking better.
I'm not leaning it.
Yeah, I could be closer on the beginning. It would make it so much easier for me on the end if I could get about 10, 11 o'clock. See where my tire is right now. Okay, that was okay.
Leaving space? How's my placement looking?
Gonna get it close right here.
Just a little bit of space.
Still could give you a little closer.
Where am I leaving space? On the top?
10 and 11 o'clock.
One more try. I just keep telling myself, gotta be smooth, gotta be smooth.
That's my challenge, is leaving the space.
And that wraps up practice session 73. So Jeff had a little trouble today. He was really in his head with his left turns. It started with exercise 6 and then he just couldn't get himself out of it. But I got to give it to him. He really persevered and just kept going and going and going. He needs to work a little bit more on his clutch control. I think he lets it out a little too far and then he's using his rear brake to slow himself down. So he's got the clutch and the brake working against each other and just kind of grinding versus being in the real friction zone, which is where the bike is pulling you using the clutch. So he's going to work on that. And the rest of us did pretty well, got through all 9 exercises. So we're going to call it a day and we'll see you on Saturday. Fear your motorcycle less so you can enjoy the experience of motorcycling more. Fearless Motorcycling with Lori. See you later.